One of the questions or conversations, I guess, that I have with people as they're like starting to plan trips, they talk about just like not being able to navigate the Disney website very well. So I wanted to chat a little bit about that and kind of almost like a how-to little kind of episode with that, just to show off the different things that I utilize whenever I look to plan trips on the Disney website. Just wanted to kind of give some little tips and pointers for what I do whenever I'm looking to book a vacation or looking to price out a vacation or compare week to week what the prices look like, all those types of things. So that's kind of what we're looking at this evening. Let's talk about the Disney website. So this is the Disney World website. A couple different things that I want to point out on the website. Up here along the top are going to be your main navigation points. And then this My Disney Experience over here is going to be important for you to be able to like log in and save things. Let's look. Okay, so I'm up here at the very top. I'm going to build my vacation. Okay, so I'm looking in November. Now, let's see. We want to go, if we're looking in November, we want to go before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is this week right here, that like third full week. So let's say we're going to check in on the 5th. 6 days. Okay, so that would have us checking out. Technically, I guess that would be the 11th, right? For the sake of ease, let's just say a family of 4. So let's say we've got 2 adults, 2 kids, just to keep it simple. That way we're in one room. So this drop-down menu gives you a couple different things. It's going to give you the option to just select a category across the top, or it's going to give you the individual resorts as well. So depending on what you're looking for, if you're like, no, I just know I want to stay moderate, I don't really know where I want to stay, then you're going to want to click this category. But let's say you know you want to stay at Port Orleans Riverside. You could also click that as well. But we're going to click moderate. Okay, and right now we're just going to click view rates. So this is the very first thing that I do whenever I'm pricing out vacations. Okay, so this is now giving me the options. Now, because November is soon and fairly busy, it's not giving me automatic. Sometimes over here along the side, it will show you your price breakdown. The thing that I like to do, if it does that, is over here, the sort, it always is going to go by what they call Disney's picks. I don't know what that means other than just the fact that this is where they're trying to drive traffic. So to me, this says, oh, Coronado must be not as busy as the others during that week. So that's why it ended up first on the list. But I usually do a low to high. Now, it's not going to do that this time because, no, thank you. It's not going to do that this time because it's not giving us prices. So we can just go back to what it was doing. So let's check availability. Let's say... Okay, so here are our choices. Coronado, Riverside, French Quarter, Caribbean Beach are the ones that they're showing us as availability. Okay, someone in the chat pick one. Okay, so let's look at Caribbean Beach. Let's check availability. Okay, now a couple things that you have to decide once you go into the resort. They're going to give you a couple different options. You can do, this is going to show you room only. This is going to show you package if you want to add your tickets to it. And this is going to show you different offers that they have during this time frame. Now I'm going to come back to that because I'm also going to show you guys a couple other ways that you can look at offers as well. If you're like super flexible about when you go and where you want to stay. Okay, so we're going to book, let's say we're going to book a package because we know that we're going to need tickets. So if you look down here, which is just funny to me, it's showing you the room type is unavailable for the dates, party size, or offer selected. Okay, so that means they're not going to book it. They're not going to let you book it online. Okay, let's edit this and let's go a little bit further out because I think it's going to give us more availability if we go further out. So I saw someone say January. So let's flip out to January and do that same length. same thing, just so I can give you guys a better look. Okay, so here's what we're looking for. Okay, so we're still up here at the top. You can see that deal went away because we're now out of the eligibility window for that deal that they were running. That particular deal goes through December and we're into January. So again, at the top, it's showing you either room or package, and then it gives you all of their different options. You will notice that the standard room is towards the bottom because they always want you to book preferred or book one of their view rooms or one of those types of things. So you can see the price breakdown over here, and that is the package total based on what we've selected so far. So let's say that my two kiddos refuse to sleep together in the same bed. Let's say they're just, no, it's just not going to happen. It's going to be a massive headache and we're just not doing it. So we're going to look at this fifth sleeper room. Now, not every resort has this option, but Caribbean Beach is one that does. So we're going to hit select here. So you can see that they've got that selected here up at the top for us. Now, we've got to look at our tickets. Now, this is where some of these options come into play, because you can see base ticket is already what has been included in this subtotal that they're giving you up here at the top. If you want to add hopper, then you would select here. It's going to add $95.85 per ticket, which is a total of $383.40. Okay, so chat, are we hopping or no hopping? Hopping, Holly says. Okay, love it. So let's add that park hopper so you can see that my total up at the top was adjusted to reflect that difference. Okay, now as we scroll down, it talks about Genie Plus. At Disney World, Genie Plus is only available for purchase day of, so there's nothing we need to do with that right now other than just keep that in mind. We going all out, right, Abby? So other than keeping that in mind, okay? Now, it will give you like different things down here. Like this one says, the ticket provide admission to multiple theme parks per day, does not have to be used on consecutive days, which is important. Valid any 7 days from the 7th through the 16th. Okay. The other thing that you can also decide is, for example, let's say that we decide that we don't want to do 7 days in the parks. We want to make sure we have a break day. So we're going to change that to 6 days. So because of the week that we're staying, we're going to add a break day in the middle and do 6 days with a park hopper option. So I'm going to hit continue down here. Then it's going to show me the breakdown of what I have selected so far. Okay. So here is the option. Here's our dates up at the top. Here's the party that we're traveling with, the room that we selected, the tickets that we selected. Now, a couple other options that they give you. Memory Maker is something that you can consider adding here. Now, a couple things about Memory Maker. The first thing to remember is that if you purchase Genie Plus, your ride photos for Disney World are included. So Disney World, Genie Plus gives you ride photos. It does not give you the other photos that you may want for your trip. So keep that in mind as you are debating about that. And then all of these types of ground transportation options, honestly, I wouldn't even bother to go into that point. It's just not worth it. There's so many other options than what they actually give you here. So I wouldn't even worry about it. So the other thing is Memory Maker can always be added later. So it's not something you have to do right this moment if you're not wanting to include that in your total package cost. That can be added later. Do keep in mind that if you add it less than 3 days before your trip, the price goes up. So little things to keep in mind. Now, here is one of your options here. Here's our subtotal for this pretend trip. This is what I want to make sure that you all are aware is an option on the Disney site. This down here where it says compare vacation offers. So I'm going to click that. What it's going to do is it's going to populate what we just did on this little vacation offer one. So this is the trip that we just looked at, okay? And it's showing you the total right there. Now, let's say, okay, maybe that is a little bit out of our price range and we would rather look at a value resort. So I'm going to keep everything the same here, but down here, again, this is the same menu as what it kind of gave us before. So I am going to go, okay, the only difference is this one doesn't give me the overall categories, but I'm going to go here and I'm going to click Find Resorts. Remember this little sort that I talked about earlier? It's going to give you Disney's picks. So I have sorted now from low to high. So here are your options if you're looking for your more budget-friendly options. This is going to give it to you in order. So you can see, obviously, the campsites at Fort Wilderness are going to be your cheapest option if that is an option that you would like to use. That is not an option that my family is going to use, so we're going to skip that one and go look here. So it's giving you the value resorts and showing you the price difference. So it's going to show you that for that week that we picked in January, All-Star Music is the cheapest. And then you can see the difference between All-Star Music and Pop Century is a total of about $300. So let's say we want to do Pop Century because we like that Skyliner access. Sorry, let me scroll down so you can see. So this will give you an idea. Pop Century, which was $300 more than the cheapest, to, oh my gosh, no thank you, to Art of Animation to Coronado Springs. This is your bridge between value. Art of Animation is a value. Coronado Springs is your first moderate on this list. So let's say we want to look at Pop. I know, Pop Century for the win. Lots of people love Pop Century. It's a fun resort. It's got Skyliner access. Let's take a look and see what it says. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to do the package. Now, here it's going to show you the different rooms that you offer. Again, featured room, this is the room that they want you to book. That's why they put it up at the top and make it look special. But if you go down here, this is your standard room. So you can see there is still a price difference between the preferred rooms and the standard room. So we're going to update offer 2. We're going to click yes. We're going to wait for it to load. And then now you can see, you know what? So now look, this price comparison is not accurate because this didn't adjust to what we had for the other one. So we're going to click edit here. We're going to go in and we're going to change that back to the 6-day park hopper that we had selected with the other package to make sure that it's all matchy-matchy. Because otherwise we're comparing apples and oranges if we're looking at different prices. So let's look and see. So now we've got our different resorts. We're looking at the same week, the same amount, the same people, 2 different resorts. We are still doing the 6-day with park hopper ticket, and we haven't added anything else to it at this point. So you can see for the 2 that we're looking at what the price difference is. So the difference between the 2 of those is the Caribbean Beach room. Remember, we have that 5th sleeper. So that's essentially what you're going to pay for the trip to get that 5th sleeper bed for one of your kiddos. If that's something that you're like, yep, need to have that. Now, you could always go back and change this to a standard room, and then that would be more of an even comparison because this one does sleep that extra person. So do keep that in mind as well. Let's say just for the fun of it, we also want to look at a deluxe. Someone give me a deluxe resort to throw in the mix here. Okay, Boardwalk. So again, same thing that we already went through. Something important to note, this does have some refurb option or some refurb information up here at the top if that is of any concern to you. So again, we're going to stick to that package. Again, they're always going to show you the room they want you to book at the top. Regardless of wherever you're going, they're always going to show you like, ooh, do this one because this is where we want to steer you. But if you scroll down here, you can see the different options that they have. We're gonna just look at, let's just do just kind of one of their more standard rooms. We're not going to look at the studios or the suites or villas or anything like that. So let's say we want to do, let's say we're fine with a resort view. So we're going to add that to offer 3 because as you saw on that page, you can have 3 different offers that you're looking at one time. Now, again, same thing. This is going to auto default to a 7-day base ticket. So we're going to want to make sure that we are comparing things across the board equally. So we're going to go in here and edit. We selected the 6-day park hopper ticket. So we're going to update that. That is going to give us that 3-tier price comparison. So this is a week in January. This is after the new year, after the holiday crowds. This might be, without looking at a calendar, I don't know if this is right before, this is probably right before President's Day weekend. But that is going to show you just a fairly quick way that you can price compare some of these different options. Again, we didn't add any memory maker or anything like that, but all of those extras down here would allow the price to just kind of go up, but the ratio between the 3 prices is going to remain the same. The basic thing is this gives you a look at the resort cost. Ticket cost is going to be the same for all 3 of these. If you were to add memory maker or transportation or their travel protection that they have, all of that is going to be the same price regardless of where you stay. So the where is really the big ticket thing when it comes to looking at pricing. So that is something that I really like to use on the Disney website because it gives me the ability to look at all of those different options and see. I've done it even before where I've compared the different all-stars because we usually stay in the value resorts. You can easily compare Art of Animation to Pop Century to an all-star, or you can look at, within the category as well. So it really just depends on what your budget is and what you're looking at. Back to this homepage. The other thing that I will look at, let's say that I don't have a clue when I want to go. I just want to try to find a really good deal on my trip. So on this homepage, down at the bottom, they hide these little things down here. So down here they show, all that kind of stuff. But like right here, they actually moved it up on the website recently. It used to be literally all the way down at the very bottom of the homepage. But these are going to be your current offers that they're running. So right now they have that dining promo that just came out just a few days ago for available when you purchase non-discounted 5-night 4-day room and ticket package. And then they have that 4-day 4-park magic ticket that they're still advertising as well. But this is what I use. I use this view all offers button. And this is going to show you what offers they have right now for anyone and everyone, different people. You can see there's some that are AP, there's some that are military. But basically this is going to show you what options they have. And if you read in the fine print, it's going to show you, oh my goodness. Listen, Fairy, I don't need your assistance today. This is going to show you the dates that it has. So let's say, like I said, for example, you're like super open to like, whatever. I don't really have a certain time that I want to go, but I know that I want to save. Like, oh, I have Disney Plus. This 35% off of rooms, or up to 35% off of rooms, sounds like a really good deal. Or, I'm going this summer, or let's say, okay, this is almost up, but like they typically do summer bookings, but like this one ends in the end of this month. So let's say I wanted to look at this Disney Plus option. So I can actually click in through here and then go through the same thing that we just did. So this shows you what the offer is. It shows you that you can save up to 35% off. Now, where they have this up to 35% off is a little bit misleading because they do 35% off of like the highest level deluxe rooms and then it trickles down from there. So don't don't automatically think you're always going to get that when they do that. So it's having you log in. Having you log in helps with the Disney Plus one, especially, like it confirms your Disney Plus subscription. So down here, it's going to show you the breakdown of the resorts. So remember what I was telling you about that 35% off Animal Kingdom Lodge. It does do the family suites at Art of Animation, which is nice. If that's something that you're looking at. Boardwalk, Grand Floridian, Old Key West, Riviera, Saratoga, and Yacht Club. And then it goes down from there. 30% is the cabins at Fort Wilderness, Beach Club, Coronado, and Port Orleans Riverside. And then 25% is the rest of your deluxe resorts, the rest of your value resorts, and Animal Kingdom Villas and the Poly. So you get the idea. So it really just depends on where you want to stay at that point as to whether or not that's worth it. So if it were me, I would look at, okay, I'm scrolling down through here. I don't want to stay in a family suite. It's not worth it for me. I'm not staying deluxe. So, Coronado or Riverside would be good ones to look at. They're in the highest percentage off category. They're moderate resorts. Let's take a look at those. So those types of things are also helpful too. And again, that's just off that main page where you can find some of these extra deals. These deals will not always show up when you go to price compare if you're doing it the way that I showed you first. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. The other thing that you also want to, again, double check is these dates up here. A lot of these currently are going to be booked out because that is the holiday season. But you'll notice that they vary strategically, October 22nd through November 2nd, and then not again until November 26th through Christmas. So they kind of skip over Thanksgiving and they stop right at Christmas time because it gets just too crazy for those weeks. That is, in a nutshell, what I do whenever I price compare. That is also what a lot of your travel agents will do. So if you're someone that works with a travel agent or you are a travel agent, I'm sure you're like, yep, that looks familiar. But travel agents also have access to a different website. So theirs looks a little bit different than like the standard Disney website does. So I'm not sure, because I'm not a travel agent, if theirs functions the same as far as all that goes, but that's what travel agents will do for you as well. So if you're like, that's a lot of work, I don't want to do all of that, totally understandable. That took me like a half hour to look at 4 different resorts. It just depends on what you have time for and what you are willing to do. So, and then like I said, basically from there, it's going to ask me to select my travel party, and then it's going to ask me for a $200 deposit because we are booking a package. It is a $200 deposit for that. And then the remaining balance of your total is due 30 days before check-in if you're doing a package. So with that, I am going to sign off. I hope you all have a lovely evening, and I will catch you all later.